Hey, welcome back to another episode of Do It Yourself with Burgess. We're still on our project truck, the S10. Today, I'm going to show you the easiest way to change the spark plugs. You attempted to go through the top of the motor. That is not the easiest way, and I will show you in just a moment. If you try to come through the top, let's get this bar up here. If you try to come through the top and get to those spark plugs, you can do it, but you're going to scrape your arm up, you're going to be yelling, you're going to be cussing, they're way down in there. You can't see what you're doing, you're going to do it all by touch. The easiest way is to come over here, we'll pop this tire off, and we'll have full access right to the spark plugs. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do, I know there's only 3 lug nuts on here, that's because I just threw 3 on because I had to move the truck. But first thing you do is loosen up the lug nuts, break them all loose just a little bit before you jack up the truck. Otherwise, the tire is going to spin on you when you're trying to turn the lug nuts. If you're using an impact, it doesn't matter, you don't need to. Jack up the truck, make sure you put a jack stand. Do not get under this truck without a jack stand. I have a family member that was killed by not using a jack stand when the car fell on him because he was just using a jack and not the jack stand. Everybody thinks the jack is fine. If it fails, you're gonna end up like him. We'll be having a funeral when he's 16 years old. So let's get back at it. Get these off. I need both hands. So we'll take this tire off. Okay, so usually my helper's here. He's in school, so I gotta find ways to prop the camera up. So we get the tire off here. Like I said, the easiest way to change the spark plugs. So right here, rubber flap. You lift that flap up, boom, spark plugs. You can't get easier. I've already taken 2 of them out, but I mean, right there, use an extension. I pulled that one out, this one out. I got one more to pull right there. It doesn't get easier than that. I mean, no scraping your hand, no doing it blind, it's all right there. Alright, these spark plugs are 5/8. I'm actually going to do the wires as well, so what I'm going to do is mark where each plug was, and then in the top I'm going to mark the number so we can put them in the right spot. We'll just mark this one as left. The marker will work. Alright, got it working. So we've got left. We'll mark this one with an M for middle, and mark this one with an R for right. Alright. So that way when I pull them out of the top, I'll know which one goes where. Get this last spark plug out. 5/8 if I didn't say it already. I mean, I'm telling you, there's no easier way to do spark plugs because going through the top, it just sucks. It seems like an extra step because you gotta take the tire off, but you'll make that all up in the time and the fighting and the scrapes and all that. So there she is. Oh, well, now we'll get the new ones out. I get all my parts from one. I've been doing it for years. Quality parts. Easy, online, and cheap quality parts. I mean, that's what we want, right? Here's my wires I got. Spark plug. I mean, you can get the spark plugs anywhere, but I'm already on there ordering parts because this is a project that's going to be doing a lot of work to this truck. So I just ordered everything together. So let's get these spark plugs in. Should be 5/8 as well. Yep. If you got a spark plug gapper, just check the gap. Even though they're brand new, sometimes they're off a little bit. You could take the spark plugs out with the impact if you want to, but when you put them in, do not over tighten them. You don't want to break them off in there because then you're going to have a whole another headache or strip out something, or there's just no reason to use that much power to put them in. So we'll snug them in. and just give them a little extra with the ratchet, and that's it. Yes, I know I'm using a gigantic extension. I couldn't find my middle size extension, so we'll just use this one. So we'll just continue to do that with the other two there, and right next to it right there. All right, 1, 2, 3. All the spark plugs are in. I'm gonna go ahead with removing the top. Let's grab a marker. So our distributor, which I'm gonna be changing that too, we'll do that in the next video because that involves the timing and everything. So, but you can see the numbers right there. So what I'm gonna do is write the number that's on the distributor right on the spark plug wire, and then I can just follow them up. When I put the other ones down, I can just swap them right out. All right, to get these wires out, there's some clips down there. It's hard to get focused on them. Man, I hate clips. Clips are the worst. So we'll have to find a way to get down there and pop those clips off with a screwdriver some kind of way. And I wish this would focus. There it goes. I'm gonna have to put this camera down. There's should be able to get the screwdriver right inside that right there and pop this clip open. All right, here's why I stopped videos. I hate clips, so I ended up getting mad and yanking this whole thing out so I could see what I'm doing here. See, I don't know how they expect you to do that underneath the hood. So that's how these clips pop open. See if I can get this piece back in there. You should use the clips if you can, because it keeps everything away from the heat and things that can melt it, and keeping them from getting tangled up in anything they're not supposed to be. If I can't get this back in, I will find somewhere to zip tie the wires that are safe and out of the way, and off the manifolds and out of the way of everything. So that's how you get the clip open. Now we'll come over to our new wires and we'll find the appropriate length wire for our old one. So this one was our number 2. Let's see, I want to find, this was the first one in line. Looks like a shorter one. It's probably this guy here. Yep, so we need this one. And so anyway, you match them up, find the right length, and then we'll feed them back down through the motor. All right, I've gone ahead and attached the new wires up top to the numbers that I matched, and brought the wires down. Come down here. Now it's just a matter of attaching these back. So we know I wrote left, right, and middle. I know the long plug went over here anyway. But it's just a matter of matching them back up. Make sure you're right on them. This was right and middle. So we'll attach those back on, then we'll start on the other side. All right, so I forgot about this. On the S10 and the Blazer, anything with this Chevy 4.3, there is a spark plug. They call it the number 3 spark plug. It's in the middle on the driver's side, and tough to get to because you have this steering column in the way. So if you have a shorter socket than I have, you can get a spark plug socket that has a wobble attached to it. I don't have one, so here's another way to do it. Get this out of here. We're going to have to take this sleeve back. We'll start off there. This red sleeve that's over the steering column here. So we'll get a screwdriver and we'll get that pushed back out of the way. Start there. Alright, well, that socket wasn't working, so I went to the store. I bought a spark plug kit that has the wobble socket 5/8 that I needed. Let's see if we can make this one work in here. Alright, let me see. Alright, so that one, the socket was short enough that it's working. So that one was able to fit in there. So it had to get had to get the one that already has the wobble attached to it because it made the socket a little bit shorter. That's just what we had to do. So now we can get it out. Yep, boom, here it is. If you've got a socket, let's see. If you've got one that's just got this on the back, the end where you can just put a wrench on it, that would probably work too, because then you can squeeze it in there and put the wrench on it and turn it out. So I just wanted to make it easier on myself. I ran and bought the socket just to make it easier. So it just worked. I know you can use an 11mm and take that steering column, take the 11mm bolt out, and then move the whole steering column out of the way. This was easier. I wanted to show you the easiest way. The easiest way is just to have that socket, pick it up. I mean, it's like $9 or something if you buy it. I bought the kit, but it's like $9 to buy the socket. If you buy the socket, you can do it no problem. Then you don't have to move everything, take things apart. So my goal was to show you the easiest way. So that's the easiest way, is using that socket. If I gave you any hints, helps, tips, anything like that, if you want to see more about this Chevy S10, I got more work to do on it. Please hit subscribe. I need the subscribers. I want to start doing some giveaways, but I need more subscribers to do that. So if you could help me out, hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. I'll bring you some more videos. Thanks.